Welcome everybody to 5 at 4. And I turn my phone off just a second. Nice to have you all join me here today. It's an absolutely glorious day. It's not too hot, not too cold, not raining, not snowing. It's just wonderful. So today's 5 at 4 are all songs and poems about food. Food has been on my mind a lot lately, and I'm sure some of yours as well. So we'll just start with this wonderful poem by Max Coots. Oh, and by the way, Ann Morris, who said, "Hi Sally, can you hear me?" And David Lilienfeld, "Can you hear me?" It would be good to know if the microphone is working. I'm glad you're there, so I can ask you. Well, there's no response. I'm just going to hope that you can hear me. Hi, Sally. Hi, Bud. Can you hear me? Yes, just fine. Good. Okay, so we're off. Here's this poem by Max Coots. Wonderful poem about gardens. Let us give thanks for a bounty of people, for children who are our second planting, and though they grow like weeds and the wind too soon blows them away, may they forgive us our cultivation and fondly remember where their roots are. For generous friends with hearts big as Hubbard's and smiles bright as their blossoms. For feisty friends, tart as apples. For continuous friends who, like scallions and cucumbers, keep reminding us we've had them. For crotchety friends, sour as rhubarb, crotchety as rhubarb, and as indestructible. For handsome friends who are gorgeous as eggplant and elegant as a row of corn. And for the others, plain as potatoes and as good for you. For funny friends who are silly as Brussels sprouts and as amusing as Jerusalem artichokes. And serious friends as complex as cauliflowers and intricate as onions. For friends unpretentious as cabbages, subtle as summer squash, persistent as parsley, delightful as dill, endless as zucchini, and who, like parsnips, can be counted on to see you throughout the winter. For old friends nodding like sunflowers in the evening time, and for young friends coming on fast as radishes. For loving friends who wind around us like tendrils and hold us despite our blights. And finally, for those now gone, like gardens past long since harvested, who fed us in their time that we might have life thereafter. For all these we give thanks. There are spices and vegetables that we can grow. Some grow under the ground, some grow tall. Though they all have their qualities, this you must know, that the garlic is best of them all. The Egyptians, Phoenicians, the Vikings, the Greeks, Babylonians, Danes, and Chinese on their voyages took enough garlic for weeks, and their enemies died on the breeze. In biblical times, in all parts of the earth, people lived to 100 years old. For it's juice of the garlic that runs in their veins, oh, it's worth twice its weight in pure gold. In biblical times, in all parts of the earth, it has cured countless suffering and ills. If we understood what the garlic was worth, oh, we'd throw out our poisonous pills. With selenium, germanium, allicin too, it can fight off all types of disease. So if you've got arthritis, TB, or the flu, just say, "Peel me a garlic clove, please." Plant some cloves in your garden to keep away worms and the other bad things that kill plants. If you're one of those people concerned about germs, you can drop one or two in your pants. There are spices and vegetables that you can grow. Some are under the ground, some grow tall. Though they all have their qualities, this you must know, that the garlic is best of them all. Yes, the garlic is best of them all. Oh, the garlic is best of them all. Thank you. Well, that song is written by Ruthie Gordon out west. Claudia and I have recorded it. And of course, all of our recordings are available on my website. I'll see if I can sort this guitar out so I can actually put this on. Yes, there we go. And this is a song that's, it's on my Lovell Guidus album, which when Lovell Guidus became a CD, they left this song off. But I love it. I learned it from Martha Burns and the Lost World String Band as well. And it's just a wonderful song about the dangers of food. I guess if you could just sing this song all the time, you'd never want to eat and then you'd lose weight. In these days of indigestion, it is oftentimes a question as to what to eat and what to leave alone. Every microbe and bacillus has a different way to kill us, and in time they all will claim us for their own. For there are germs of every kind in every food that you can find, in the market or upon the bill of fare. Drinking water's just as risky as the so-called deadly whiskey, and it's often a mistake to breathe the air. For some little bug is gonna find you someday. Some little bug will creep behind you someday. Then he'll send for his bug friends, and all your troubles they will end. Some little bug is gonna find you someday. The inviting green cucumber, it's most everybody's number, while the sweet corn has a system all its own. Now that radish seems nutritious, but its behavior is quite vicious, and a doctor will be coming to your home. And eating lobster cooked or plain is only flirting with ptomaine, while an oyster often has a lot to say. And the clams you eat in chowder make the angels sing the louder, and they know that they'll be with us right away. For some little bug is gonna find you someday. Some little bug will creep behind you someday. Eat that juicy spiced pineapple, and the sexton dusts the chapel. Oh yes, some little bug is gonna find you someday. When cold storage vaults I visit, I can only say, what is it makes poor mortals fill their systems with such stuff? Now at breakfast prunes are dandy, if a stomach pump is handy, and a doctor can be called quite soon enough. And eat a plate of fine pig's knuckles, and the headstone cutter chuckles, while the grave digger makes a mark upon his cuff. And eat that lovely red bologna, and you'll wear a wood kimono as your relatives start packing up your stuff. For some little bug is gonna find you someday. Some little bug will creep behind you someday. Eat that juicy sliced pineapple, and the sexton does the chapel. Oh yes, some little bug will creep behind you someday. Yes, those crazy foods they fix, they'll float us across the river Styx, or start us climbing up the Milky Way. And those meals they serve in courses mean a hearse and 2 black horses. So before meals, some people always pray. Luscious grapes breed appendicitis, while their juice leads to gastritis. So there's only death to greet us either way. Fried liver's nice, but mind your friends will follow close behind you. And the papers, they'll have nice things to say. For some little bug is gonna find you someday. Some little bug will creep behind you someday. Eat that spicy bowl of chili. On your breast they'll plant a lily. Oh yes, some little bug is gonna find you someday. Some Little Bug by Bradley Kincaid. Oh, I can keep this on. Well, this next song I wrote as part of a residency where I was writing songs with kids about historical things in their town. This was the town of Stafford Springs. And it turns out that John Stafford in Stafford Springs is the grandfather of Sylvester Graham, who invented the graham cracker. He was a dietary specialist and believed in vegetarianism and promoted it to the nth degree, and invented the idea of whole grain bread, or at least encouraged people to eat whole grain bread. And therefore, whole wheat flour came to be known as graham flour, named after him. And so this is, in fact, the recipe for graham crackers, which you'll be needing this summer. I'm sure you'll be having some s'mores at your local campsite or on the beach or wherever you have s'mores in the summer. But I'm telling you, these are really worth it. You might want these s'mores, these graham crackers, without the s'more part, because they're just delicious. So get out your pens, and if you don't have your pens to write down the ingredients as I sing this, I posted the lyrics, I posted the lyrics, which is in fact the recipe, just before this posting on my timeline, so you can find it there if you don't have a pen and paper handy. Gotta get this key. There we go. Take 1/2 cup butter, 2/3 cup brown sugar, and cream them well in a bowl. In another you place 2 cups of graham flour, then make in the center a hole. To this add 1/2 teaspoon salt and baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon too. With hands mixed together with 1/3 cup water plus 1 tablespoon more, then you're through. Sylvester Graham's crackers, graham crackers, good health be your fortune if you'll eat a portion of graham crackers. Graham's crackers, tasty for 200 years. When all is well blended and rolled in a ball, let it stand 30 minutes to cure. Then you roll out the dough on a well-floured board to 1/8 inch thickness, no more. Cut in 2-inch squares neatly, place on cookie sheets we have greased to make sure they don't stick. Place in 350 oven until lightly browned. 12 minutes for crackers is quick. Sylvester Graham's crackers, graham crackers, good health be your fortune if you'll eat a portion of Graham's crackers, graham crackers, fancy for 200 years. Sylvester Graham's crackers, graham crackers, good health be your fortune if you'll eat a portion of graham crackers, graham crackers, tasty for 200 years. Enjoy. They are so good. Just make sure you get them nice and thin so that they're crisp. Yum. Well, the last of my 5 songs today was written by Grit Laskin. And Grit Laskin made my other guitar that's currently in the shop. Or I would have it here playing for you today. And this goes out to any of you who have been struggling with dieting as I have. And I've just given up for this month. Just given it up altogether. And so I leave you with this. It is a bit of a cautionary tale, but it's also a release from the duty of worrying. Chorus goes like this. Oh, I'm not going to sing the chorus first. I'm just going to sing the song. You'll get to the chorus, no problem. Oh, when a tire is flat, we don't like that. A singer singing flat is not where it's at. No one likes flat feet or beer without the fizz. So tell me what good a flat stomach is. Let my stomach be soft and round, 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 soft and round. It feels so phony to work at being bony and hard as the cold, cold ground. Oh, hard as the cold, cold ground. Well, once upon a time when humans were new, no one really cared what shape they grew. Then along came fashion, and it became a sin to be a little too thick, but never too thin. So let my stomach be soft and round, 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 soft and round. It feels so phony to work at being bony and hard as the cold, cold ground. Oh, hard as the cold, cold ground. There were whalebone corsets to hold the body in. They'd squeeze all your insides up to your chin. But in these enlightened times, we're not so dumb as that. The surgeon cuts you open and vacuums out the fat. So let my stomach be soft and round, 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 soft and round. It feels so phony to work at being bony and hard as the cold, cold ground. Oh, hard as the cold, cold ground. I once ate only carrots and I lost 6 pounds. But when I gave carrots up, I gained back 10. And then I lost 20 and gained back 28. Funny thing about dieting, you put on weight. So let my stomach be soft and round, 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 soft and round. It feels so phony to work at being bony and hard as the cold, cold ground. Oh, hard as the cold, cold ground. So I've given up on diets and Nautilus machines. I'm living with the code that's in my genes. Be I plump or thin, whichever way I'm built. Bring on the chocolate cheesecake, to hell with all the guilt. And let my stomach be soft and round, 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 soft and round. It feels so phony to work at being bony and hard as the cold, cold ground. Oh, hard as the cold, cold ground. I could hear you singing. Well, that's my 5 at 4 today, but I do have 2 announcements to make. One is to go check out the website of the Old Songs Folk Festival, which happens the last weekend in June, and we have prepared our part for it. It's promising to be an incredible festival with real honest-to-goodness workshops with multiple people sharing songs, and there will be people from all over the world presenting music. And I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's been going on now for, I think this is year 41, and you shouldn't miss it, despite the fact that it's virtual. You'll really love it, and great music, great songs. And the other thing to look at is Common Ground on the Hill at the Maryland Folklife Center at McDaniel College in Westminster, Maryland. Just look up Seagoth, or no, it's Common Ground on the Hill.org, and you can look up the Traditions Weeks I will be, both myself and Howie will be giving workshops during Traditions Week. I will be giving a workshop specifically for teachers called Using Music to Spice Up Your Classroom. And I'll also be doing a song swap kind of song sharing workshop during week 3, which is in July. And Howie will be doing a wine tasting workshop, which is not to be missed. So go look those up, commongroundonthehill.org and theoldsongs.org, I think also. So check those out, and hope to see you at one of them. Take care, be well, be safe, enjoy this lovely weather.